Hello. There we go. So drop me a thumbs up or a hello when you get here. I've got some examples of circles to show you. Hi, Alison. Yes, I've been looking through my journals and my cards and things, and I found lots of examples of circles ready for inspiration for the challenge for you. So there we go. Hi, Lynn. So this was my blog post for today. So I've used a 6x6 inkable, the swirling circles 6x6 inkable, which I'll show you in a second when I've detached it. There we go, that's the one. And I didn't actually ink up my brushes at all. I just went over it with my brushes as they were. It just shows how much ink there was still on them. Yeah, and then I stamped the background with the mandalas as well. Hi, Caroline. I'm just going to do a at followers. See if that works. Don't know if it will or not. Hi, Dominique. Do you think so, Moira? Thank you. I've got all sorts of examples for you. So actually, as we've got 7 people watching, I'll start showing you them. Okay, so that's on the blog post today. I did these on a live a little while ago. I think it was on a live. And basically I used the black and white and the coloured versions of the same catalyst cards and punched holes at the coloured one and stuck them onto the black and white one. And I mean, they're circles as well, aren't they? So how do you send stars? I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. And I think with stars, you can only have so many before you have to pay for them. So, don't know. Yeah, so that was another way of adding circles to your... Obviously, all of the time stamps that were released not that long ago are circles. We've got the cogs, we've got the clocks, lots of circles on those. This one I did a little while ago, trying to stick to pastel colours. So I blended some ink down one side, and then I used the same, or a couple of the same inks, to add some stenciling using one of the big ones inkables on the other side. Right. And this was a couple of journal pages. Oh, Alison, thank you. You see, you know what to do. And yeah, with these journal pages, I used inkaballs with circles on. I used that stamp, which I think is one of the first, I want to say journaling essentials, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll have a look in a bit. And then I also, you could be more precise than I was and not just scribble a circle, but actually, you know, draw around one properly and cut it out so it is actually round rather than the strange oval shapes that I did. Okay, so that's another possibility. So this journal page was me using up lots of scraps of paper and bits and bobs that again I just punched circles out of and then stamped circles on it as well. Absolutely, there are so many products, Alison, you're absolutely right. And you know, every stamp set you look at, you think, oh, there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one. Yeah, so that's another example of a journal page. Here's one using the mandalas, and then that's another one using stencils, using the I'm not sure that I think I've got a feeling I used a lid off a spray and dipped it in some paint and did that with it. Yeah, so that's another possibility. And then I've got one more in here, if I can remember where it is in the book. Where are we? Yeah, so this one I used, because this ink ball's got circles on, this ink ball's got circles on it, and that one's got some little circles on it as well. And then I use these circle stamps. So there's loads on there. Trying to think if there's any more in here. Anyway, you get the idea. Oh, yeah, that one at the front there. So lots of circles on that one as well. Thanks, Alison. Right, so today I thought we'd do a card. And I've got some watercolour card. I thought we'd just like build up a bit of an inky background, put some stamping on it, put some stenciling on it, and then decide what we're going to have as our focal image on top of that. So I did sort out a few minutes ago some ink balls, she says, and I've knocked them all on the floor. That's good, isn't it? Right, where's the other one? One of them has completely vanished. Never mind. What I might do actually is, as I've got this one out, is use this one in a slightly different way. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to add some ink to it, spray it with water, and then get like the reverse image of it on the watercolour card. Okay. So tell me some colours. What colours shall we go for today? Just type in some colours for me and I will find, you know, maybe not specific colours because I might not have them all, but you know, I don't know, purple, pink and blue, or 3 colours, what we're going to go for, or pink, orange and yellow, or something like that. Blues. Okay, Boris says blues. So let's have a look. If we go for something, oh, maybe not Uncharted Mariner, it's a bit dark. So peacock feathers. So I've got a turquoisey blue. And then maybe some, oh, Lynn says turquoise, orange and blue. I like that idea. Let's have some spice marmalade. So I've got a turquoise, I've got an orange, and then a blue one. So faded jeans, do we think? Faded jeans or blueprint sketch? I'll go for blueprint sketch. I think that might be nice. I've got to admit, blueprint sketch is one of my favourites. So, okay, so I've got 2 sponges the right colour out there already. You can see how much I use these colours. Just need an orange one. There we go. So I'm just going to dab it over so we'll have that one, and then this is the peacock feathers. These are very summery colours, aren't they? It's almost like, you know, stuffy colours you see at the beach. Okay. And then the spiced marmalade. Oops, sorry about that. Chucking stuff about. There we go. I'll just add a bit more in that corner there. Right. I'm just going to give that a wipe over just to get the thick off. And then I think I'm going to do this on a maybe not. I thought I got one of the mats there, but it's not. It's no. I'll just do it on my glass mat. It'll be fine. And then I'll just have to mop up the excess in a minute. Right. So I'll not use that one because that's spraying everywhere. I'm just going to give it a light spray. So that's my Ranger water spray. And then, do they call it something ridiculous like vaporizer or something? And I'm just going to lay that on the top. Just making sure that it's all gone all over. Right, then I'm going to lift this off. Oh, I could probably have left it on a bit more actually. I might just try and put it back down. Might regret doing this. Let's have a go. There we go. I think maybe I need to just give it a quick rub over on this side as well, so it makes a bit more contact. And I know I'll have put a bit of colour on it, but that's all right. It's fine. Right, that's a bit better. It'll do. Right, and then I'm going to give that a quick dry with a heat tool. So it's like smooshing, but with extra texture, isn't it? Really. Just going to blot that little bit because it's a bit dark, and that bit there. There we go. Okay. It's almost dry, not quite. Those bits there and that bit there. Right. Now, I think I want to sort of create a bit more depth to it. So I'm going to use the mandalas. Maybe this one because it's quite like the stencil. Oh, thanks, Sally. Okay, and I'm going to use those same three colours. So we'll have some peacock feathers. So if you're doing this sort of background for something, it's just a case of building it up until you're happy with it, really. Okay, so that's the peacock feathers. Let's have some spiced marmalade now. Please do, Sally, and then you can enter it in the challenge. I've not used mine for a little while because I used them a huge amount. I think initially Bev had said that she thought of them as like background stamps, but then I think we all used them as like main focal images quite a bit, and then I think you just get into a groove of thinking like that, don't you? And you forget that, you know, you can add them to just about any background. They are great. Alison, are the thank you for doing the links. Are the mandalas on offer at the moment? I was trying to remember. Are they? I couldn't remember if they were or not. Okay, so that's that. So already we've got loads of circles on there, haven't we? I think I quite fancy putting some little sort of more dots on it. Just going to get my Dinkaballs box, which is here. You know, I had such good intentions about keeping this all neat and tidy, and it really isn't. There's all sorts going on in here. All sorts. There's tags, there's bits of catalyst card. It's a complete mess. Here we go. This is the one that I'm looking for. Excuse my arm. So I think I'm going to add some more blue and orange, certainly. Perhaps a bit of each. Okay. And some of the peacock feathers. There we go. Right. What now? I think we will have a little look at what focal image we can stick on the top of it. Okay. So we could have a rainbow bird of some sort. We could have maybe a gerbera. Let's use that. A gerbera. We could have something doulaty, like a sunflower. Or the doulate dragonfly. That would be another possibility. What do we think? Let me find the doulate dragonfly. It's in one of these. It's over here somewhere. Nope, that's weird. I don't believe this. I put my doulate folder somewhere. Maybe we won't have the dragonfly because I've not got it next to me. Yes, I had. We could. What are we thinking? What shall we use? I mean, could use one of the mandalas and have it as a focal point. Another possibility is the dewlark butterfly. Have a couple of those on there. Sally says the dragonfly. Right, I will find it. It's here somewhere. Dragonfly. There we go. Right. The dragonfly. This set, no, it's not this one. It's this one. Look, those 3 circles there on the butterfly set. There's quite a few of the sets that have got things like that. Right, might add some more stamping to that later, but right now I'm going to stamp this butterfly, and I'm going to stamp that, sorry, dragonfly even, and I'm going to stamp it onto this piece of watercolour card, which, as you can see, is like slightly bigger than half of that. Actually, I've got another bit there that's slightly smaller. I might use that one. Yes, I'll use that one. It'll fit. Okay, so I'm going to watercolour the dragonfly, so I want an oil-based ink. So I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair, because then the colours won't run. Okay. And I'm going to use my Ecoline pens to colour it in. So we've got a deep orange. What's that one? Deep green for the turquoise, maybe? What's that one? Fir green. Let's have a little look. Oh, fir green. Fir green. And more bluey one. What's this one? Ultramarine deep. Yeah, that'll do. So keeping with the same colours, and I'm going to colour them in and use a paintbrush as well to spread the colour about a bit. Okay. So what you all been doing then? Anything interesting? And have you managed to do any crafting, or have you been busy with other stuff? Just making sure I'm central on the screen. Oh, it's not far from me, Moira. I'm just over the border in Nottinghamshire. Okay, let's see how this goes. So I'm just going to drag the colour that way a bit. Oh, I hope it all gets sorted soon for you, Alison. I'm glad you've managed some crafting. Didn't quite intend the... never mind, it's fine. That'll do. And it doesn't matter if you go over the edge because you're going to cut it out anyway, so that's fine. Oh, I love Bakewell. Yes. I went to Buxton on last Friday. To Buxton Country Park, and I've not been there before. And it was very nice. I shall definitely go there again. Excuse me. Yeah, for us it's like Derbyshire's somewhere to go that's not too far away, that's, you know, nice walking, an hour's drive or so, and it's great. Yes, yeah, I can imagine it's a very busy time. That's nice. When we first got married, we used to because at that point we didn't have a car. We holidayed in Derbyshire. We used to get either get a lift there or go on the train and stay in Cromford, and we used to we used to play at homing guests. So the people who owned the B&B used to drop us somewhere, and then we used to find a way back. It's great. Right, I'm gonna go for blue in these bits. There we go. Put that against that background, that's going to stand out nicely, isn't it? So, get this cut out. Yep, I've just dropped something else on the floor. So, I don't know if you watched Try It Out Tuesday yesterday. Bev did a most beautiful scrapbooking page. Using some of the Catalyst collage papers, but just before it happened, she had a major craft lunch, to the extent that she was a bit late going on air. I just seem to throw everything on the floor. I carry on regardless. So the Dulart Dragonfly is super easy to cut out because you cut its legs off basically and the dots, and it only takes a few minutes. And I've got to say it is probably my second favourite Dulart stamp. My favourite being the sunflower. At the moment, anyway. You never know. It might get... might change one day. So let's have a look at that. I'm liking that, but I'm just wondering about framing it a little bit more, which I know I've done on journal pages before. So if you get the 4-inch easy frames, let me see if I can get them out of this tub without causing mayhem. So you've got ones like that one, and that's the flower. Somewhere here I should have the innie bits as well. Found that innie bit. Might go for that one actually. So you see Sally's ahead here. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to use black. I am going, should I? Let's see what Uncharted Mariner looks like. So, because I said earlier I wouldn't use it because it was too dark, but not for this bit, it's not. So I'll get a brush. I'm just using the inside bit of the 4-inch easy frame. I'm just going to go around the edge. Not going too far over, just gently around the edge. Maybe a little bit more. Might relent and use a bit of black as well. Let me find the black one. There we go. I've not re-inked me brush, I've just gone straight in with it. Because it's been used plenty, so there'll still be some residual ink on there. Yeah, I think that's looking alright. Then if I pop that on top, just gives it a little frame. Oh, hi Barbara, don't worry sweetheart, it's fine. okay. I think as well I will add a bit of colour around the edge. So sponge around the edge with this as well. Okay, and somewhere here I should have, there we go, a card that will fit on beautifully, and then we'll stick that there, dragonfly on top. What I am going to do though is I'm going to stamp the dragonfly, at least the body, so I get the dots and the legs. Okay. And then we can stick him over the top. And he's got legs again then. What I might do is just go around the edge a little bit, because it's just glaring white at me, and then there we go. That's better. Right, so I'll add some matte medium down its body. And pop that on like so. So I've not stuck down the edges of the wings, as to give it a bit of a 3D effect. And I will fasten that down once it's dry. So all we need now is his sentiment. So I'm thinking I've got a little strip of card here that I cut off earlier. I think something like the small words might be a good plan. So, words, they're definitely here somewhere. Yes, here we go. There we go. So we could have, sure there's something about, let your dreams take flight. I think that would go nicely, wouldn't it? Because we've got flying dragonfly. Now you can see I've got two sets. This set is losing its, I can see it there, it's losing its sticky. They needed a really good wash, but I just haven't got round to it. But when I did workshops, it was handy to have two lots, because they're always popular. So I just need I'll do this is a super skinny slim, the border one. going to just turn that end into a bit flag. That's not very straight. There we go. Pop that one on just there. So there we go. I will get it all stuck down and pop it on the Facebook group in a little while. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope I've inspired you by showing you some of the many circles that we've got amongst stamps and ink balls, and there's just loads. In fact, there's one that I didn't show you, which I meant to. There's also these transparencies with circles on, so you could also use those. So just use any of the circles that are Be Crafty ones, and please enter the challenge. It would be lovely if we got 12 entries again at least, or more. And yeah, we had 53 people vote, which is just brilliant. I'm so chuffed with that. So and you get to choose the winners, so there you go. I should be back in a couple of weeks time, but I'm pretty sure it's Bev on Try It Out Tuesday tomorrow if she's doing it. So yeah, keep your eye out for lives happening, and join in if you can. And I'll see you soon. Okay, thank you. Bye. Oh, I'm going to have to manage to cover up the finish button.